This guide will show you everything you need to know about the Football Manager 2021 in-game editor. But if you're new to the editor, you can find it in the Steam page, content for this game, Football Manager in-game editor, and of course it's available the same way at the Epic Games Store page. Worth mentioning is that you can also get the in-game editor from inside the game. You just go to downloads and you get the store, the in-game editor, and there should be an option to buy it now. And when it comes to the editor, this video is for the in-game editor. There's also an outside editor. I will feature that one in another video. And if you're interested in that one, I'm going to put a link to it as soon as it's done. So check out the description below to find the video about the outside editor. So the first thing worth noting is if you start a new save and you go to advanced setup, you will find an option to prevent the use of the in-game editor. So if you're finding yourself using it a bit too much, you want to do a save without it, make sure to click this one. So now we're going to take a look at a few things you can do with in-game editor. We're going to start with the manager, but you can do this to staff too. We can start editing and change a few things here. Or we can also move the manager to another club, move to a national team, and you can go into to edit details. And here you can find, for as an example, a lot of the attributes. And if you want to change anything, you can just move it up and click OK. And of course, you can change how good they are in different roles, their reputation, and a few hidden attributes we're going to talk more about when it comes to the players. Could also change some personal details like name and international caps and favorite people, disliked people, favorite clubs, disliked clubs, what languages your staff members speak. And if you are in the risk of getting sacked, maybe things isn't going as well as you would like to, you can become unsackable. Or maybe you just want to have it over, or you can terminate a contract. And that's good. Of course, you probably won't terminate your own contract, but it could be something you want to do with another staff member. Moving on to the club, there's a lot of things we can change. Of course, we have the club details, like the general things like how many people fit in our stadium, or what colors we use. Finances, facilities. Maybe you want that great youth facility, but you really can't afford to have a great youth facility in the lower leagues. The rival clubs, favorite people, disliked people, and current affiliations. Let's say that you want to buy a player, but you kind of don't have the money for it. Let's go to the transfer budget and make it a little bit larger. When it comes to the league, there's a few things you can do. You can, of course, change the name of it. You can set its reputation in the world. You can change the pitch rules with the length and the width. You can change starting dates and end dates and things like that. The most interesting thing to me is when it comes to the club and the players. Let's say, for example, we have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain here, and he's currently injured, and he's out for 2 to 3 months. Well, I don't like that, so let's just remove all injuries, and now the Ox is no longer injured. As you probably know if you follow football, Alex is very often injured. Every season he's out for quite some time. And if we go to edit player attributes, there's actually some hidden attributes that you don't see in game normally. Attributes like professionalism, sportsmanship, and things like that. One of them is injury proneness, and the higher number here, from scale to 1 to 20, the bigger risk of him getting injured. So if I'm fed up with the Ox always getting injured, I might as well set this one to a 1, click OK. Now, of course, he can still get injured, but the risk will be very much lower. Of course, you can change all these attributes around, and that could change his personality. Maybe you want the Ox to be an actual beast here. I think he's a little bit too... we want to add to his height and to his weight. He is nowadays a very big lad. So now we have a huge ox. And of course, we could start editing here. And we could just change some attributes. I mean, we have the huge ox now, so I think we should change his strength to 20 and his stamina to 20. I mean, he is our beast. Natural fitness, yeah, let's go with 20. And of course, with his over 2 meters length, we need some good jumping reach. But maybe being this tall had him lose some of his balance. And we want him to score goals, so we're going to increase his finishing ability. Yeah, you get the drill. You can change most stats this way. Stats can still go up and down the Football Manager, yes, that's what they do. But if you really want to freeze a player in place, you could freeze his attributes. Could be especially useful for players that are getting older, having their abilities go down. Or maybe we just want to send him on a loan deal. We could pick a club and loan him out. Or we could move him to another club. And we could, of course, edit his personal details. Let's say I would like him to like me some more. So I'm going to add... so just removed all these liked people, because I want to be the only one for the ox. So we are going to add me as is. So we're going to add me as his favorite person in the world. And of course, he didn't grow up as a Liverpool fan. So maybe we want to add Liverpool as his as one of his favorite clubs. And if you want to move into another nation, maybe you want him to learn a new language. I think you are getting the idea of what you could do here with players. Well, we can make it even more interesting. Let's say we have Messi. And I kind of like Messi, but Barcelona, for some weird reason, they don't want to give me Messi. So I just go to move to my club. And we get him for free. Perfect. Yeah, let's just move him to make Lionel Messi a Liverpool player. Just like that. But there's one problem. Look at his wage. I mean, we can't afford paying Messi that type of money. So let's just edit his contract details and his new wage. Let's just, if we remove one number, I think now we have a decent wage for Messi. Yeah, 31k. I think that's very suitable for Lionel Messi in Liverpool. Let's see that we can find him in the squad list too. Yeah, there we have him. Perfect. Another useful attribute, if you don't want to cheat as much as we're doing right now, is to just use the hidden attributes when you scout for players. So what you can do if you have the in-game editor is you can customize your view for the searches. And one option that shows up now on the filter is hidden. And here we have the hidden attributes like the injury proneness we were talking about before. But quite a few others too. You can really look up these guys and see which ones are interesting for you. But there is one asking price hidden. That one gives us some sort of information considering how much a club would be willing to sell them for. This is not 100% accurate, at least it wasn't in previous versions of the game. But it gives you somehow an image, if I give this offer, they will most likely say yes. So what could the in-game editor be used for? Well, as you saw, you can change a lot of things around, as we did with the ox that we completely changed around. But you could, if you don't want to cheat like this, maybe you feel like Football Manager is a little bit too easy. You played it for so many years, you're a little bit too good. Why don't set up a special challenge for a save where you go on the internet, you find a wheel of fortune thing, like a wheel you can spin and when you can put in different options. And then let's say each month you click that wheel on the web page and spins it, And you could have options like, okay, kick a random player, get a random player for another club, get 10 million in transfer budget, get your transfer budget down to zero. You can come up with a lot of different options. And maybe you get like, okay, get another player from another club. Well, it might be your league. And then you randomize, okay, we have 20 teams in our league. We are one of them, so we have 19. Randomize a number, 1 to 19. That club, we're going to pick a player. And then you randomize from their first team squad. And whoever you get, you'll have to get. And you just transfer them to your club. And of course, you do it the other way around. Maybe you have one that's called lose a player. And we roll and we find out that we are losing the Ox. So we just go to him and we terminate the contract and he's no longer a Liverpool player. That could give you a lot of interesting challenges if you feel like Football Manager is a bit too easy. Actually, what I would like you to do is think about what can you do with the in-game editor that I haven't mentioned. Maybe there's a function I missed mention, or maybe you just have a great idea how to make a save more interesting. Let me know in the comment section below. Share your ideas. I would love to read them. And of course, if you found this guide helpful, press that like button because that helps me out. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more FM21 content. And thank you for watching.